We thought our wedding was going to cost $10,000, but we actually paid. The year was 2020. Naaman had just discovered Dave Ramsey. Ow! We decided we're cannonballing this thing. We are all in, baby. We chose our budget to be $10,000.
$10,000. I think that was a good, easy number.
The why behind why we wanted to pay for our own wedding.
Mine was from the aspect of, I don't think either sets of parents just have 10 grand lying around. I didn't grow up with like realizing that the parents normally pay for it. And so to me, I thought, okay, this is how much a wedding costs. That's how much money we're going to have then. I don't want to expect anybody to have to pay any money, really. It's like, no, this is our expense that we're wanting to.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're choosing to get married, and so this kind of falls on us. It's our responsibility to save the money.
We wanted to have our own say in our wedding. If we didn't pay for our own wedding, we would have let a lot of other opinions affect our wedding. Oh, you have to invite this person. Oh no, you can't have that food because...
Or that's not really done at a wedding. Or
the other reason was we wanted to show that we could save and work towards this big event. It's our first big life event together.
I think you did 80% of all the planning, all the scheduling, all the research and everything. You did all of that. I did a lot of saving leading up to it.
And I spent the money.
And she spent the money.
Also, we had a lot of gifts given to us because we paid for our wedding and our parents were kind enough to want to help us financially in some areas.
Contribute in some way.
We were able to kind of spend more on some nicer things. The average cost of a wedding in 2020 was $19,000 to $20,000.
Average was noticeably lower than pre-pandemic average, around $28,000 in 2019.
$28,000 in 2019? Dang. So now we're gonna break it down.
Break it down now.
So our first cost would be the venue. We got married in the Harborside Chapel for the great price of $1,000 paid for. I know, the venue. Now this was only a ceremony, but we did have, I think, like 2 or 3 hours to get ready before the wedding.
We also had rehearsal the night before.
And rehearsal the night before.
How?
I don't know, $1,000 for everything. In our next, the reception hall, we rented a big room, and then we paid for tables and chairs on top of that, and that ended up being...
The venue was $1,353.55. Then bring in the chairs.
The chairs...
We're $250.
Yeah.
So we can add them together, and this is now the new total.
Next, we have catering. Catering was a big...
It's actually our largest line item.
Yeah, catering was a big line item. It was
for.
the hardest one, I feel like, to decide on. So the reason that we chose an empty, like we rented a room, was because of the catering aspect of the wedding. So anywhere that you went to pick a venue or the reception hall, they would make, like, it was a requirement that you used their caterers or their whoever was supplying the food. You had to use their people, and that was always like $50 a person and up, and it was hard to find affordable food options the catering provided. That's why we ended up renting a room, renting the tables, and then we found our own caterer, and we ended up going around to just different places in the Safety Harbor area, and we ended up landing on Mission Barbecue. So we had to make an appointment. Mission Barbecue seemed like professional and didn't just seem like I'm at McDonald's, like trying to cater McDonald's.
That would be interesting. It's just good Southern food.
It was just really good, yeah. So when we sat down,
we were just like sitting at a table inside the restaurant.
Yeah, and she like had platters.
Yeah, and they brought out like platters of food so we could try little samples of each one, so then we could decide what we wanted our lineup to be.
Do you like this side? Like, what sides do you want? Do you want this meat? How many meats do you want?
Yep, some
it was
more
very
seasonal.
Yeah, very professional. It felt like they knew what they were doing. Like they'd done a couple weddings before.
It was a great time.
With that being said, the cost of Mission Barbecue ended up being
$1,980.97.
Yikes, almost double our venue.
But that is like inexpensive. compared to the per plate options
Right.
elsewhere.
Right.
And we've had comments saying that it was some of the best food at a wedding.
So it was worth it. We also did not pay for any alcohol. We had tea, water, and lemonade, and that
Which is
is
all you need.
that's all you need, and that also saves money because
Oh, it saves a
anything
ton of
other
money.
than that is going to cost you some money.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers that it was a great wedding. Nobody
I
complains
didn't know
that we
anyone.
didn't.
Yeah, I didn't
have
hear
it.
anyone complaining.
No.
There were probably some people though that came and they're like, "Oh, there's no alcohol here."
Next category is photographer/videographer. We were able to cut expenses in this area because we were using people who were
Up and coming.
they were up and coming, and we loved them. They did an amazing job. Our pictures turned out fantastic. Our video turned out amazing. Like, we are so thankful. And these were both people that we knew. We kind of knew through the grapevine. Like,
yeah, exactly, through friends.
yeah. So if you're able to find people that you know that are starting business in
Mhm.
photography or videography, that helps a lot.
Right.
So we ended up paying for our videographer,
Was $1,300.
and that did not include. I think we could have paid a little more, but we didn't include the raw footage.
No, we did not purchase the raw
We
footage.
just purchased the video.
Correct. Just the put together, and we didn't purchase a short clip
Oh,
that you like, a teaser clip.
yes.
We didn't purchase that either. But what came with that one videographer was he brought 2 other people.
Well, he brought one person, and Cameron brought one person, or Becca brought one person who was, or no, Cameron
Oh.
brought Becca.
Cameron brought Becca. Yes.
Yeah, so they each brought a person.
Yes. Okay, that's why I felt like there was so
So
many
many,
people
yeah.
running around with cameras.
And then we paid this much.
1,500 for
Photography.
photography.
Our dresses and our suit. We did not pay anything for
Either.
those because our parents gifted
Yep.
us that.
My mom paid for not only my suit, but our gift to the groomsmen was purchasing their suits for them.
Mhm.
And it didn't end up coming from our book. It ended up my mom paying for all that as a gift. So she paid for all of the suits.
Groomsmen, and his groomsmen were his brothers and his dad, so that's kind of how that worked out.
Mom
and then-
bought everyone a suit.
And then for me, my parents bought my dress. Honestly, I think if we would have bought my dress, it probably would have been a way cheaper dress given the budget scenario. So my
Yes.
parents gifted us a very nice dress for the wedding.
Yes.
It was awesome. And then for me, I found my bridesmaid dresses on sale off of Lulu's. It's like they have like bridal boutique stuff, but all the dresses were on sale, and I was like, buy. And then I hoped and I prayed that they fit all the girls, and they did, which is great. They did have to get it tailored a little bit, but I don't think it was anything crazy.
Didn't you get everybody robes also?
Yes. Yeah, we got robes. They weren't like fancy robes or anything, but everyone got a robe.
I think we bought the ties.
Oh, the ties.
I think we bought the groomsmen's
Shoes?
ties. And I think we bought the shoes.
Yes.
What's kind of funny about the shoes were, I don't remember where we bought them from, but it was definitely like China Express kind of deal. And they all came various sizes. Like none of them were the sizes that we ordered. Some were giant, some were small. So it's like, okay, you have to wear shoes that are tight on your feet. Okay, you gotta stuff things in your shoe because those are giant.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's funny.
Some shoes were like way too big for some people, and some people had to like squeeze their feet into shoes because it was like, oh, we have a size 12. Anyone a size 12? Nope. Okay, I guess we're gonna stuff
make
some
it
socks
work.
in here. So some people had clown shoes.
Next category. DJ.
DJ.
We paid.
Brrr. DJ / MC / uplighting costs $1,451.50.
So we did not have a wedding coordinator and wedding planner. That's also how we saved some money.
Mhm.
I was said planner, and I was hoping that the chapel would do some of the wedding coordinating, and then the DJ would take over. And the DJ did a really good job.
He took over for
Yeah,
sure.
he took over for
He
sure.
ran the night.
Yeah, he made everything happen very smoothly. Would I have paid for a wedding coordinator? I think I would have. Because it takes the stress off of me being like, hey, go over there.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Or
this.
people asking you questions.
Or yeah, people asking me questions. I
Right.
think I would have paid the money for one.
For a day of coordinator.
Yeah. But I was thankful that we did have the DJ to be like the MC and like run the reception.
It could be helpful if you have someone in your family that is like super.
Good at telling people what to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And like very detail oriented.
Mhm.
It's like, hey, would you mind being my day of coordinator? Here's what my plans are. People can come to you to ask questions and everything. That could be a way of saving money.
Yeah.
But also having a day of coordinator.
Right. So our florals, I don't
Very
think
simple.
they were that expensive. They were very simple, but we did. That was also a gift to us.
My mom paid for that
Yeah, your mom paid for that.
because she was friends with the owner of the floral shop.
Yes. So that was a very nice gift.
Lifelong friends.
We got boutonnieres, we got bouquets, we got the bride bouquet, we got the tufts at the end of the pews.
Yes, yeah, at the end of the pews going all the way down.
I think that was it.
That was it?
And then we reused those flowers from our
Ah,
bouquets
yes.
on the tables.
The ends of, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All those flowers on the ends of the
Yeah.
had to be picked up. That was like someone's job. I don't know if
Yeah.
it was my mom and my sister's job or something, but they
I
took
think
them all
we-
off the ends and then took them to the reception and put them out on the reception tables.
I think that we might have decorated the sweetheart table, so our table with it.
Picture? Proof?
Obviously from the picture I was clearly wrong. We did take those bouquets and we moved them onto the dessert table, and then we had my bridal bouquet on our sweetheart table. It was around $600 for florals.
Actually, it was $631.30. Your hair?
My hair, so this was another area
Did we
that
talk about how much the bridesmaids' dresses cost?
the bridesmaids dresses cost $160. Good deal for I think 5 dresses.
That's really good.
Really good.
That's like the price of one dress.
Yeah, right? And they were nice dresses. They were not cheapy dresses.
Hair. How much did it cost to do your hair?
We did save money here. So one of the girls that I asked to be a bridesmaid had just gotten married before me, so she couldn't be a bridesmaid. But she did. I offered to do our hair, and her aunt did hair too. And so that cost ended up being $200. And then we also saved money. I just had everyone. I felt very comfortable doing my own makeup, and all the girls felt very comfortable doing their own makeup. I helped some of them, and we all helped each other do makeup that day. So that wasn't a big deal to me. Nobody was doing anything super crazy.
Weren't you guys being rushed out of your
Airbnb? Oh yeah. We got kicked out of the Airbnb the morning of our wedding. It's kind of crazy. This was my first time using Airbnb. I didn't know how Airbnb worked. I didn't know there was a checkout time. So we're getting ready, everyone's getting ready, putting on their makeup, and then I hear a knock, knock, knock at the door, and I thought this was my friend and her aunt at the door, and I happily answered the door thinking that, oh, my friend's gonna be there. And no, it was some random lady that was saying, are you leaving now? And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, it's your checkout time. And I was like,
Oh.
then I went back on the Airbnb app and I was like, oh, I do have to check out now. I told all the girls what was going on, and we're running around, we're packing up all of our stuff, we're throwing things in the washer,
In the washer?
it told us to put the towels and linens and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
So I told the lady, one moment please, and then the house just turned into we're just running around trying to get everything ready, and then I had to figure out what are we gonna do now, because we still had an hour until we could go to the chapel to start getting getting ready pictures and stuff like that. We went and got Duncan, messaged the woman running the chapel, and I was like, hey, can we please come early? and they were very accommodating and let us come a little bit early. My friend and her aunt ended up meeting us there at the chapel, and yeah, so it all worked out well, but I luckily we woke up a little bit early.
Invitations.
So we made our own invitation from our engagement pictures. I don't know why it ended up costing this much. I feel like it could have been a lot cheaper. I didn't do anything fancy. I literally just like had print out invitations. But anyways, the price of that was
$92.50.
not that great.
Meh.
Was it worth it? Meh. I don't know what I used or what I did with that, but not worth it.
We paid $92 for people to be like, oh yeah, save the date. Trash. Last but not least is our cheesecake and our cheesecake bites.
Our wedding cake and our desserts. Boink.
Approximate $300. We actually don't have the cost because we can't find the
I
receipt.
Can't find the receipt.
Can't find the receipt. So we're
Don't
kind of
worry.
just guesstimating on what it cost
Yeah.
because I don't remember whatsoever.
Yeah, we went to a little
But
bakery.
it seems reasonable because we didn't get like a ton of stuff. It seems reasonable that it would be less than $300.
We went to a little bakery called Joey Biscotti in Safety Harbor, and we were like, "Hey, could you make us a little cheesecake and a ton of cheesecake bites?" I knew I like wanted to do something a little bit different, and I guess cheesecake isn't the most affordable option, but like I love
True.
cheesecake more than like normal cake.
Yes.
Like we both like cheesecake more
It's
than
just better cake.
it's just better cake. So we're like, we'll do, and we saw there that they had cheesecake bites, so we're like, let's do cheesecake bites and a little cheesecake. Was it worth it? Yeah,
It was worth it.
it was worth it for sure. Maybe not everyone else liked cheesecake, but we like cheesecake. Basically went over the big main categories. We had some expenses on Amazon.
There's probably like a few $100 more of stuff.
Right, like because we had light, or like we made like these tool lights. We did a lot of DIY stuff, so we bought ladder shelves to display our like gift
Yep.
that we were given, or like
on
our
Amazon. We purchased
yeah,
ladder
and we
shelves
knew
on
that
Amazon.
we were going to use the ladder shelves in our apartment afterwards.
Exactly,
so
that was the whole point. It was
yeah.
like, okay, we can buy them for the wedding, and then they can
then-
actually go into our apartment
Yeah,
and
it was
use them as shelves.
It was multi-purposeful, so we were
Yes.
like, it's worth it.
But the night before the wedding, me and my groomsmen were in the parking lot of the hotel assembling these ladder shelves out of the back of a car.
Yeah,
And it was freezing outside.
you and your family made
Strands of Christmas lights that had white tulle
wrapped around
it.
Yeah, and you guys hung that on the
We made
ceiling.
tons of them.
Yeah.
And then bought lots of extension cords and then just had to figure it out. Oh, but we forgot to bring them
Yeah.
the day of the rehearsal. Or
So your mom and dad drove back that night.
yeah, so that night my mom and dad drove back home and picked them up and then drove them up the morning of the wedding.
Yeah. Crazy.
So that morning before the wedding, we were at the reception hall decorating.
Yeah. That's probably another thing that we were able to save on was like
Manpower?
buying people, or buying labor.
Oh, we had friends and family that
Yeah,
helped decorate everything.
So our rehearsal dinner was pizza at the reception hall, and everybody put the tables and the chairs together and get this reception hall ready for tomorrow.
Yep. It was like, all right, you ate your pizza, put it down. It's time to start
Get to
decorating.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was our rehearsal dinner.
I don't think we paid for the pizza though. I
Oh.
think your dad paid for the pizza.
Yeah. I think so too. We saved some money on labor of
A lot of all the decor was all DIY. Not just the tool lights, but also all the centerpieces we made. The centerpieces also had fluffed up tulle around a black lantern with fairy lights on the inside. So we made all of those beforehand.
Yeah.
So we had a box of lanterns that we
Yeah.
set out on the table, and we made all of those.
Probably another tip that I would have is we tried as hard as we could to avoid using, like, when we were searching up anything, avoiding using the term wedding, because, you know, the wedding tax, it just adds, like, people will add cost onto it because it's like a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried, whenever I was searching for something DIY, I would try to avoid that. I went to thrift stores to get some of like the decorations. I think for our cake table, there was some bowls and
you did.
things.
Yeah,
that I
you
got.
made stuff.
Yeah, I made.
You went and got like
I made some-
candlesticks
and
or
made
candlestick holders, and then like hot glued dishes on top of it to
make like a plate. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, I remember you doing that.
I'm sure there's lots of videos on YouTube. That's where I got the inspo.
Inspo.
Yeah. Main ways that we saved money were doing like the DIY, like doing a lot of using our own manpower, using people we knew, hiring up and coming videographers and photographers, skipping on things like wedding planner, wedding coordinator, although it would have made it a little less stressful. Because I was also in nursing school and working full time and planning a wedding.
Yep.
But we did it, so you can do it too.
It's true.
Not using wedding associated items. A big tip is just using people you know. Try and talk to people around you, because there's probably somebody around you who's talented who can help you in some sort of way.
Yeah.
And that would love to like gift you their talent.
Exactly. Or at
That's-
least give you a discount on it.
Right, yeah, or give you a discount.
Highly.
What was worth the money to us? The food was definitely worth the money.
The venue
The venue,
was well worth the money.
the
And,
oh,
the food.
and like when we were planning the wedding, some of the things were like, oh, maybe you should just do a photographer or just do a videographer and not both to save money.
True.
But I definitely think it was worth it to have both. Like, I love our wedding video and I love our wedding pictures. Like, I wouldn't want to have missed out on either of them.
Right.
Like, I love having both of those things.
Yes.
Those were 100% worth the money. Anywho, we thought our wedding was going to cost $10,000, but we actually paid
$9,588.52.
Woo! Woo! Overall, was it worth it to pay for our own wedding? Absolutely.
Absolutely worth it. Yeah.
It really showed us how to work together and how to spend money together.
Yes. Leading up to it in the engagement, so I saved all the money and was having it in my savings. And then the plan was, right when we get engaged, we are going to open a joint account together, and I'm going to transfer over that $10,000 into that account, and then we each get debit cards, and so now we have the ability to spend out of that account whenever expenses come up for the wedding.
Yep. And it showed us how to talk about finances together. It really helped launch our conversations into spending money together and built a foundation on how we were going to do finances together.
Yeah.
It was a really good muscle to flex.
Yes.
And it just proved that we could do it, especially since we're young and we didn't have a history with, doing big events or planning big things together, or big life events that have happened to us.
This was the first large thing that we planned together.
Right. It proved that we could do something big and extraordinary together.
Right.
If you're young and thinking about paying for your own wedding,
I recommend it.
you can do it.
Yep.
If you're in a season of life where it feels like, oh man, this might be really hard to do, like I'm working all the time and I just don't have the time, make the time. You can do it. Sit down, talk about the expenses with your significant other, and
Don't get caught up in what you think the wedding has to be.
yeah, don't get caught up in vanity.
Or no, we have to do this because of what other people think, or we have to invite these people, or it has to look this certain way, so we have to spend this much, and like, oh, we can't get married unless it looks like this, so we might as well just spend more than what we have.
And never, ever, don't you ever, don't let it even cross your mind about going into debt for your wedding. Don't do that. It's not worth it. That's a bad start to your future with your spouse. Don't you do it.
Mostly because it's not necessary, because you probably don't need all those things that you are adding up to being more than what you actually have. Like, if this is all the money you have, then let that be all the money you have and make the most of that money
And be
towards the wedding.
content. Learn contentment together. Like, okay, yeah, we might not have the most fancy wedding venue or reception hall. That's okay.
We looked at some things and we're like, oh no, we can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
We need to keep looking. So we watched a video earlier on, I'm pretty sure it was a Rachel Cruz video, that had a mock budget of what a wedding could cost, or this is how much you should spend on each category of a wedding. And I don't think we went completely by the book on it. We were exact on all the percentages, but I think we were really close. And that gave us a really good ballpark. So we looked at that and then found out what those percentages equate to from the 10,000 total. And then we had like a ballpark range. Like, oh, okay, we should be looking to spend this much on a videographer or this much on the flowers.
He's really good at that. I let him figure that out. And then I
The budgeting stuff?
spent the money. But I was pretty proud of myself because we got this book.
Do you recommend having a
I
wedding
recommend
planner?
having a wedding planning book if you're not having a wedding planner, because it helps me. Like, I just went back before filming this video. I actually had two. I had this book to write everything down in, and then I put all like our contracts and
Receipts
and detailed itinerary in this binder. And I just lost something. And I just went back before we started filming this and was like, oh, this is how much we paid for this, and this is how much we paid for this.
Really cool.
Yeah, so I do recommend having, like, this was kind of like my rough draft of everything, like very messy, but it came with like all the things that you might spend money on or you might want to start thinking about, calendars. This was handy dandy. Anywho, you can do it.
You can do it.
It's worth it.
Well worth it. And don't think of any money that you save as being too small, because little is much when God is in it. In the grand scheme of things, it didn't seem like a whole lot of money, 10,000 compared to people spending, 40,000 on a wedding. But I think God blessed it in many ways
Yes, absolutely.
and allowed it to be a wonderful day for everybody.
Yeah. And he blessed our marriage. Now we have 2 beautiful children, paid off all of our student debt, which you can watch in the next video. $75,000 in 10 months. Watch that video right here. Click it.
All of these things takes like effort on your end. It's not just handed to you, and there's a lot of sweat equity in all of these accomplishments that we've had. Like, God has truly blessed it, but there was hard work on our time. There was a lot of overtime that went alongside God's blessing.
Just know you can do it, and it's a season, and sometimes you just have to put your nose to the grind.
Remember what the purpose of the wedding is. It's not for the day. It's not for what the people think about it. It's for glorifying God and
Bringing unity
Yes.
to people under God
glorifying God through your unity.
and celebrating that.
Exactly. And there's not a threshold that you have to meet in order to glorify God.
Well, that's our 2 cents in how we paid for our wedding.
And if you'd like to know how we paid off $75,000 of student loan debt
In 10
in
months.
10 months, you should watch the next video.
Are you watching it yet?
Obviously not if you're still here.
Why are you still here? Click the video.
Now
Or
we're
do
doing
it.
it.
If you're already still here, you should also click the subscribe button.
Right there.
That's it. Just click it. Alright.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.